Hi and welcome in this video. I'm Stefano, one of the Excel coach and an index trader with 4-year experience. In this video we will cover a very important topic based on supply and demand, because there are very and so many theories about how really supply and demand works, and we will see the truth. In this video we will see how really supply and demand works, because I have 4-year experience in the field and I study every day how supply and demand works, backtesting my strategy, understanding new trend, new evolution in the market, and I'm 100% sure what I'm talking about. So let's see first in a theoretical way how I approach supply and demand zone. So every time, let's assume that we are in a bullish trend, making a drawing example here. This is the last impulse, and usually if you're a new buy and you want to understand where the price could arrive, I suggest to use Fibonacci. There are some skilled traders that they say, like, I don't use Fibonacci, I'm able to understand where the price could arrive just using my eyes, and it's true, it's correct, and I don't use anymore, and I don't use Fibonacci anymore. But at the beginning, and if sometimes you want just to understand where the retracement could arrive, I suggest you to use Fibonacci, because there are different zones that you have to consider. So first of all, I never consider this zone here between 0, the end of the impulse, and the 50%. I don't want to consider that zone, never, because this is called the premium zone, and I don't want to see the price in this premium zone, because I wait every time price institution who control the market want to buy the market in a discount price. Let's assume that you have to buy a new pair of shoes. You want to pay the lower price as possible. You want to pay like a discount price. You don't want to pay a high price if you can buy this type of shoes at a discount price. So that's the same for the institution that want to buy the market, want to control the market and buy the market in the best discount position. And based on my experience, based on my backtest experience, based on my years experience, 4 years experience, I always weight the price between 75% and 100%. There are some people that just want to see the price just below the 50% and get the trade, like the 61.8%, that is the number of Fibonacci, but I don't care about that. Market moves in algorithms. As you can see here, I marked like 0, 25, 50, 75 and 100. Those are quarters, because the market moves with algorithms. Who control the market use algorithms, and the algorithm is based on quarters. There are studies behind what I'm saying. So I consider, and if you don't trust me, just backtest it by yourself. You don't have to trust me. If you want to, you can backtest it by yourself, and you will discover that I am right. So let's draw and let's mark that zone, and every time I want to see the price in this discount zone, just below and just between 75 and 100%. I want to see the price in that zone, and if the price arrive and it just touch the 75% line and hit react, I could consider a retest. Let's assume that the price arrive in this demand zone, and this is the real demand zone. You don't have to see other stuff. Oh, this is an order block. Oh, this is this last candle here before the move. It's important, yes, but you have to understand that the market don't care if there is an order block here. Oh, there is another block here, nearly the 50%. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The price have to arrive in this discount area. So the price, if the price arrive here and start to create a new schematic, a bullish schematic here, you can consider the price here getting the retest here in this zone, because the market changed this the market broke this internal structure, and then you are again aligned with the macro trend, changing this structure here, and then you could get the retracement, because we are in this discount zone. And if the price, let's assume that the price just want to retrace a little bit higher without going inside this area, but just arriving here, touching the 75% here, changing the structure, give me another test. That's okay. That's okay, because the market sometimes just want to touch the 75%, because there are here the algorithm, the institutions with the algorithm just put limit order here in the 75%, because there is an algorithm. There is no person that put the order here. There is an algorithm that is doing this type of work, and you can understand that inside this impulse there is an algorithm that put the buy limit here in 75%, because it's working with the algorithm, with a bot. And then after giving this reaction, if the price retrace in this little impulse that broke this internal structure, you can get the trade here, do a test, and look for another higher high, or getting the target here at 0. Okay, this is very important, and we will see some example in live with the real market, not this just example here I made because it could be fake, and it's not fake. We will see what I'm talking about. Then it's important just to have other confluence, just not to expect the price in 75% just because algorithm works in that way. Yeah, it's important. This is the first rule I introduced time ago in my strategy, to weight the price in this discount zone between 75 and 100%. But it's just not the only confirm I have inside my strategy. There are other confirmation that I have inside my strategy, and we will see that in the real market. Okay? So, for example, there are tons of example. Okay? Let's see here. The market is in a uptrend. This liquidity here. The market, what made the market here? The market created this impulse, and this was a retracement. There was an imbalance to fill here. We can draw Fibonacci here. As you can see, I have also the minus 25% as an extension. If I want to wait for an higher high, the higher high sometimes, as you can see here, could hand this run here at the minus 25%, because it's a quarter. And as you can see, price, what did the price? Price arrived in this discount zone, as I said. And as you can see, price arrived very, very close to the origin of the impulse, giving us this reaction. And as you can see, you could get here, where there was this imbalance to fill. Like here, you could get the trade here. Okay, in this way. But if you wanted to be safer, more sure, you could wait for the break of this zone. As you can see, this little impulse from these two spikes, this little impulse was the last impulse that had the control over the market in a sell direction. As you can see, this lower high was broken with this engulfing candle. So you could put the entry here. We was aligned to the macro trend. You could put the stop loss just below this zone or this zone. I don't suggest you to put this larger, the stop in this way. It's too much large as a stop loss. So you could put the stop loss just below. We changed the structure. The price refused here, rejected this zone, so you could put the stop loss just below the 75% that responds to this spike, with the take profit where the extension of Fibonacci minus 25%, 1.3.63. Okay, and then let's see another example in the market. Let's see another example. It's full of example here. And if, as you can see, sometimes the price just don't arrive here, but it's not important. Maybe the price here arrived at around 61.8%, but it's not important. If the price react in this zone, I don't care. I just don't take the trade. It's not my trade. There was imbalance to fill, and the price decided to not fill this imbalance, and it's not important. I don't care. I don't take the trade. It's simple. I just stick to my trading plan. There was another imbalance to fill here. Price decided to not fill the imbalance. As you can see, price just dropped down later, filling this imbalance that price left. But I just wait the price until the zone I marked. So we had, let's see here, if the price touched the 75%, more or less, then the price went to the upside. So I don't consider the price if the price decide to react before. Okay. Maybe here the price, as you can see, touched perfectly the 75%, giving us this reaction, leaving us this imbalance to fill, and price almost filled this imbalance. If you didn't want to put the entry here, you could stay larger, putting the limit order here with the stop loss just below the evidence, with target minus 25%, 3.6% banked, okay? And then we was in a bullish macro trend. You was aligned to the trend. You could put the target way far, in a more far point. I don't know how to say that, but I hope you understand me. Let's see another example. We were here, so it's here pretty early, but it doesn't care, it's not important. Impulse, retracement, where 75%, perfect. Then price changed the structure after touching the 75%. Then the price unbalanced this zone, manipulated this zone. Maybe you could get a stop loss. It's not important, because as you can see, price created another schematic manipulating this liquidity, giving us confirmation, and then the price you could get manually here or maybe here, because you realized later, if you are experienced in the market, you realize that here the market left this imbalance to fill. And as you can see, you didn't have to, you have to contextualize the market, you have to contextualize everything, because as you can see, price reacted here, changes the structure, as I said before, after touching the 75%. But why you didn't have to enter in this retracement where the price had to fill this imbalance? Just because, as you can see, price create this triple bottom, 1, 2, and 3 touches. The price manipulated this liquidity zone, covering perfectly this imbalance, giving us the reaction with this little candle that leaving this imbalance. You could get the trade here. We perfectly covered the imbalance here, so you was safe in putting the stop loss just below that zone. If you want to stay more conservative, you can put the stop loss just below the entire demand area. This is the real demand area. Not just because there is this order block or there is a last candle. Yeah, there is a last candle, but it's not important. We have the last candle, we are in this discount zone, and there is an imbalance to fill. And you can mark that zone. And if you want to be more accurate, you can restrict the area in this way, using just the imbalance, the 75%, the imbalance, and a little part of the last order block. And here the price, as you can see, you have to contextualize liquidity, manipulation of the liquidity, reaction, evidence, retest of the imbalance, stop loss just below that zone. And as you can see, you could put here the target where we were in a bullish trend, and you could put the target where here in the minus 25%. And you could realize a 1.10% risk reward ratio. So that's very important. Contextualize every action you make. Be accurate. Every time you want to get a trade, don't be overcome. Don't be overtaken by emotions. Just use your mind as a robot. You don't need your mind when you trade. You just have to stick to your plan, understand the market, be glacial, and get this type of trade. So watch again and again this video if you want to keep those information in your unconscious mind, and then we will see in the next video.